Breaking, Lakers family. Something just shifted, and if you blink, you might miss where the franchise is really heading. Tonight isn't about rumor for rumor's sake. It's about a simple question with a big answer. Who are the Lakers going to be in the next 18 months? And what does that mean for LeBron, for AD, and for the banner we all want back in the rafters? You feel it too, right? The noise around money, legacy, and who's next got louder again. And when LeBron poked fun at the billionaire label with that old-school dry humor of his, he did more than make folks laugh. He reminded the league that controlling the story matters. That's the hook. But the real chapter is this. Los Angeles is quietly tightening the screws for a new push. If you love this team like I do, especially my 50-plus crowd who see magic, Kareem, Kobe, and Poe, and now LeBron and AD, pull up a chair, pour your coffee, and roll with me. This is Lakers News Fan Report, the home for purple and gold talk that's straight, clear, and no fluff. Hit subscribe, drop a like so more Lakers fans find us. And let's get to work because these next weeks are going to set the tone for everything. Let's start with the vibe around LeBron and money because it's more than gossip. The man jokes about the billionaire tag, laughs off the internet math, and then shifts attention to what really matters: work, family, and the next game. He's been doing that for 20 years. Take a hot headline, deflate it with a one-liner, keep the main thing the main thing. And I'll say it in plain talk. He's earned the right to clown on the noise. The bigger point is how his family fits in now. NIL changed the landscape for college kids, and the James household is the poster child for that new era. Bronny's name value is a brand by itself. Bryce is right behind him. Savannah's got her own lane. This isn't just a basketball family. It's a little economy with good heads on their shoulders. That's not hype. That's reality. And it matters to the Lakers because stability at the top helps the team breathe. When your leader has his life sorted out, the locker room feels it. But look, jokes about net worth aren't why we're here. Basketball is why we're here. And the picture on the floor is simple enough to put on a whiteboard and complex enough to keep coaches up at night. LeBron is still a top-tier engine at 40, but you don't win a West War just because your engine's famous. You win because your engine is well-tuned, the parts around it fit, and the road map is honest. Anthony Davis is the map. When AD is moving well, when he's fresh, when his mid-post touch is there, and he's protecting the rim without gambling, the Lakers turn from dangerous if to dangerous, period. The question you and I always ask, can we keep the spacing good enough for both of them to breathe, never goes away. It's the whole puzzle in one sentence. Get real shooting on the floor, and suddenly LeBron's downhill game looks 10 years younger, and AD's pockets of space return. Miss on that, and we watch two great players grind through crowds for tough Tuesday. So what's the plan? It's two tracks running side by side. Track 1. Win now with grown man basketball rebound. Defend without fouling. Slow the game late, and make the open threes. Track 2. Keep the door cracked for the next star who might shake loose. That's not fantasy. That's what big market contenders do. And yes, that's where the Giannis whisper comes in. No fairy tales here. We're not tossing out fake trades or pretending we control another team's clock. What we're saying is the Lakers have kept some powder dry for a reason. If a window opens down the line, they want to be standing right there, money organized, minutes ready, fit studied. Until then, it's about clean basketball, and internal growth. Internal growth means your role guys stop being sometimes and become most nights. That's Reeves-style patience in the pick and roll. A big wing who cuts at the right time instead of standing. A backup 5 who sets mean screens and doesn't demand touches he hasn't earned. It's also about shot diet. Fewer long twos off the dribble when the clock isn't dying. More corner threes, more dives from the dunker spot when LeBron's 2 at the elbow. Older fans know this dance. The triangle days had principles that never age: spacing, timing, trust. Today's game is faster and wider, but the heart of it is the same. Move with a purpose. Share the rock. Defend together. Coaches can say it. Film can show it. But the group has to feel it. let's hit timeline, because I know our 50-plus faithful think in windows, not just highlights. LeBron's window isn't closed, but the minutes have to be managed like gold. There's nothing soft about that. It's smart. You don't win in April by burning out in January. Ad's window is prime now. That's where the heavy lifting lands. His nightly physical standard sets the team ceiling. On the ball, you want him as a decision maker from the nail more often, not just stuck on the baseline. Off the ball, you want guards who feed him quick, not late. Defensively, keep the shell intact so he can be the fire extinguisher, not the only firefighter. All of this sounds basic until the fourth quarter when legs get tired. That's when identity shows up, or DOESN single quotes T.now about the rumor river. Every time a superstar sneezes in another city, somebody throws the Lakers hat into the air. Most of that is noise, but some of it is calculated watching. With Giannis, the league understands he wants to win and be fully involved in how that winning happens. If his team keeps him happy, story over. If the math changes one day, you know who's going to be ready to talk. The Lakers brand isn't just history. It's leverage. But leverage without assets is just a nice suit. The front office has to hold on to enough flexibility picks, contracts that move, young contributors, so that when a real conversation is possible, there's a real package to discuss. That isn't tomorrow morning's business. It's long game stuff. The smart play is to stay good now while not closing the door later. That's a tightrope, but that's what good franchises walk. I can already hear the question, what about a Luka-type swing? Let me be crystal clear for everyone. Don't let fan fiction mess up your expectations. Focus on what's actually on the table. You don't build a plan around fantasy trades. You build it around the strengths you truly have and the margins you can improve. Our strengths? 2 megastars who still bend defenses, a fan base that shows up, and a market that can recruit when the time comes. Our margins: consistent three-point volume from the corners, cleaner defensive communication on the weak side, second unit chemistry so the non-LeBron minutes don't fall off a cliff. Fix those margins, and the record looks different even without a fireworks. Move? Let's talk fit and style, because fans over 50 have seen enough basketball to know schemes come and go. But good habits never do. The Lakers' best version still lives in a simple truth. Put 3 shooters around LeBron AD, lineups, and attack the paint first. When the ball touches the paint drive, post, high-low you force help, and help is how open threes are born. Too often last year, we settled early or through lazy entries. Clean that up, and even average shooters start to look decent because they're shooting rhythm shots. Defensively, this team can still be mean. It starts with on-ball pride, yes, but it lives in the low man rotating on time without ball watching. You can spot a locked-in group by how quickly the weak side big slides to tag the roller and then sprints back to the corner. That's old school stuff. That's how you hold hurting spells to 2 minutes instead of 7. There's also a human piece the spreadsheets don't catch: trust. LeBron trusts guys who make the right read on simple actions. You slip a screen on time, you'll see the ball. You nail your spacing in the corner, you'll get rewarded. AD trusts guards who throw the high-low early and let him draw the foul before the double arrives. When those micro-trusts stack up, fourth quarters get easier. Your legs feel lighter because your brain isn't fighting the game. Where does the season bend? Health in threes, always. If a D plays 65+ and the team lands around league average from deep while keeping attempts up, the Lakers sit on the top half of the West with room to climb. Then the whole conversation changes from can they hang to who wants to face them in a 7-game series. Because 7 games is chess, not checkers. You find the other team's soft spot, and you poke it until they cry uncle. If LeBron is managing his lift and the staff staggers minutes right, those late-game shot maps tilt our way. And let me draw a picture for you of the dream scenario that's actually realistic. Not a fantasy trade. A real walk-throughable week in April. The Lakers finish strong top 5 seed. Opponent loads up to wall off LeBron drives. We flip the script. Early AD touches, punish single coverage, kick when they come, corner three falls. Opponent shifts, lane opens. LeBron picks at the seams. Second unit brings a steady hand instead of chaos. No ridiculous hero shots at the end of the clock. Fourth quarter, we put both stars in actions up top, empty corner, two-man game until the defense breaks. That's not a wish. That's a plan. You can install that. You can practice that. You can win with that. Now, about the long view without losing the near. The front office has to keep phones live, keep relationships warm, keep a short list of if it breaks this way. Call that agent. That's how the big fish eventually swim your way. The Giannis watch isn't about daily rumors. It's about respect, patience, and timing. If the Bucks keep him happy and competitive, hats off. If something changes years from now, Los Angeles is going to at least ask the question. In the meantime, you build a culture that a player like that would want to join. That's exactly what this year can be proof that the Lakers are not a one-man show. Proof that the structure holds dot through all of this. There's one more thing I want to say to the 50-plus faithful. Your basketball eye matters. You've seen teams that look right long before the standings catch up. If you see better off-ball cuts, cleaner spacing, and fewer cheap turnovers, trust that instinct. It means the staff has the group moving together. If you see the same old late-game stalls, call it out, because that means tweaks are still on the whiteboard, not on the floor. We'll keep watching it together on this channel, game by game. My honest take. As your host, and as a fan who's been through the ups and downs, this season doesn't need a miracle. It needs discipline. LeBron's joke about money reminds me that outside noise will always be loud. But banners don't care about noise. They care about habits. If the Lakers stack habit spacing, pace control, smarter shot diet, connected defense, they can be right there, with or without a headline move. And if a superstar window opens down the road, find step through it when it's real. Don't chase ghosts. Chase good basketball now, and the big decisions will meet you on solid ground instead of quicksand. All right, Lakers family, your turn. Do you want the front office to keep swinging for a blockbuster, or would you rather see this group double down on depth, shooting, and continuity? How many minutes should LeBron play nightly to keep him fresh for May? What's your ideal closing five if everyone's healthy? Drop your thoughts below. I read everything because this channel is built on what you see as much as what I say. If you're new here, welcome to Lakers News Fan Report. Subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. Hit like to help us grow. And share this video with that friend who still tells you stories about 1985 like it was yesterday. This is our team, our town, our ride.